It's Coach Dan Long with Get Lean in 12. All right, today I want to talk about fasted versus fed exercise. This is one of the biggest controversial subjects in the weight loss industry. Is it better or worse to eat before exercise? If you're watching this, do us a favor and put your name down in the comments below and tell us where you're from. My name is Dan Long, and I'm an internationally known fat loss expert who over the last 20 years has trained numerous well-known professional athletes and celebrities, from baseball and football players to A-list actors. I've even started a nationally televised fitness reality TV show last year. Although this all might make my life sound a little glamorous, it's really not. Most of the time, I cherish being a very busy 44-year-old husband and father of 3 children who knows firsthand how hard it is to stay in shape while dealing with the daily grind. This is exactly why I most enjoy improving the bodies and lives of every mom, dad, and everyone in between. And at the end of this video, I'm going to introduce you to the exact 12-minute metabolic system that I've used time and time again to give my clients, both the famous and everyday Joe or Jane, the body they desire. See, here's the key. This 12-minute metabolic movement system is specifically designed for the current hormonal condition of people over 35 years old and combines both of these strategies I'm about to share in a hybrid fashion to burn more fat in 12 minutes a day than can be possibly burned in an hour of just regular traditional exercise. So just keep watching. Which is better, fasted versus fed exercise? So let's get into this. You see, I have 2 columns here, pros and cons. Let's compare fed lower intensity exercise versus fasted higher intensity exercise, and let's talk about the differences between both, okay? First, let's talk about the pros of fed exercise. So remember, whenever food is consumed before a workout, that is a healthy choice, which in turn will produce more energy for a workout than in a fasted state. The risk for injury will also dramatically reduce because fed lower intensity exercise has the risk of it. This also conditions the aerobic system. Aerobic just means with oxygen. So this is a lower intensity system. And it's very important that the body is conditioned aerobically. Not only does it strengthen our hearts, it helps respond better when exercising in a fasted state for higher intensity training. Now, the cons of fed exercise, and this is especially true for people over 35 years old who abuse or chronically do cardio day in and day out. Research has actually been published showing that not only too much cardio at a low intensity in a fed state will make you consume more food, it increases insulin levels. In the presence of high insulin, it's impossible for the body to access stubborn fat cells. So although eating before a workout can be a healthy choice, remember that it raises insulin and that could potentially block the fat loss process. Also, too much regular cardio increases weight loss plateaus. It's been shown to decrease thyroid function and elevate cortisol, which is the body's belly fat hormone. It's also been shown to increase cravings and increase appetite, which means more food will be consumed if too much cardio is applied. Also, more free radicals will be released. Free radicals are no good. They age the body faster and actually cause disease. And then lastly, the cons of fed low intensity exercise has a very minimal impact on the hormones. And at the end of this video, I'll share the 12-minute metabolic system that's been created to show exactly when and how to use this first strategy properly to get all the positive effects without the negative ones. So now, let's compare these to fasted high intensity training. Or waiting 3 to 5 hours, waking up in the morning on an empty stomach, or waiting 3 to 5 hours after a meal and then engaging in a high intensity exercise session, the proper way will have a tremendous impact on the body's hormones. In fact, growth hormone has been shown to be elevated up to 450% when high intensity exercise in a fasted state is done properly. It also releases more adrenaline. which is a nice benefit because adrenaline breaks apart stubborn fat cells. It actually releases fatty acids into the bloodstream so more belly fat can be lost. It will lower insulin. Remember, when insulin's elevated, burning fat becomes impossible. So by controlling insulin, it keeps the body in a fat-burning environment. Strategically, as little as 30 seconds of high-intensity fasted training has been shown to reset leptin signaling. Leptin is the body's #1 fat-burning hormone. And then last thing is EPOC, which is just a fancy word for an afterburn. Stands for excess post-oxygen consumption. After exercise, this is the amount of fat and calories the body will burn. Now, research has shown that when exercise like Tabatas, which is a high-intensity exercise protocol, where high-intensity exercise is implemented in a strategic burst fashion, the body's metabolism is elevated for 38 to 48 hours afterwards. That adds a nice bonus. Now, research shows that when exercise is complete after a fed exercise session at a lower intensity, that the metabolic rate is back to normal or baseline within 60 to 90 minutes afterwards. So it takes longer as it has less of impact on increasing of the body's metabolic rate. So both of these are actually necessary for the body to get the best results. It's just a matter of combining them the right way and knowing how to do them, especially for people 35 years and older who have very different hormonal needs. So somewhere around this video, you'll see a link to click or tap that will take you to the same 12-minute metabolic system called the Over 40 Abs Solution that my wife Nicole and I use to effectively apply these two strategies in our lives to burn fat while restoring some youth in our bodies. At this link, you'll also see the amazing body transformation of my 45-year-old Rip Buddy Sean and his 57-year-old wife Karen, and how they also use this 12-minute system to transform their bodies and lives for good. Again, if you're watching this, let us know who you are. Post your name below with any questions you may have. We'd be happy to answer all your questions for you. As always, I'll place the research studies in the comments below this video to substantiate my claims as soon as I'm done filming. I want to thank everyone for joining in on today's video. Also, when you click this link, make sure you read Karen and Sean's real-life changing story that shocked even some of the most world-renowned doctors from using this exact system. I want to thank you again for watching and keep going strong.